Well, hello. So, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. This would be my second video. Uh, the last video that I posted was, I guess, around 2 months ago. I'm not sure, I guess it is around 2 months ago. Anyways, uh, the reason for which I couldn't record or post any videos was because I broke my phone. Yeah, I dropped it and the display of my phone just went. But anyways, now that my phone is fixed and I am back to making videos, this time I will hope I post videos more regularly and like at least more often than well posting a video 2 months late. Okay, now getting to the point. Today's video would be about me sharing some of the most embarrassing thing that I have done. Like, it could be the most basic thing in my life and I could find a way to embarrass myself. So today I would be sharing some of those with you guys, and with that I will also be painting one of the sketches that I made. And if you know me, you would know, like, I hate coloring or painting. Like, I absolutely love sketching. Okay, I could sketch for hours, but the moment I color, like I want to paint it, uh, like if I add color into it, the exact moment I ruin the entire sketch that I made. So I would try to get out of my comfort zone and paint something while I tell you guys some of the most embarrassing thing that I've done. I hope you like this video. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you about some of the embarrassing things that I've done or that had happened to me so you don't get bored while you watch me try to paint this. Oh, and this is the reference that I used for the sketch. Okay, now embarrassing moment number one. Now, I'm like a very antisocial person, which I've also mentioned in my previous video. Like, unless I'm with certain people that I'm very close to. So this thing happened to me, I guess, 1 year ago from now. uh, I was in my school bus and a senior got on the bus. And just a reminder, I usually don't ever talk to anyone in my bus. I just sit there like a piece of stone in the middle of a road. But I think the day before this specific incident, that same senior sat next to me, or I guess I spoke to her too that day. So when she got on the bus, she looked at me and she smiled. And of course, I smiled back at her. And now, because of that, I was also more confident that okay, now I'm finally socializing a bit. But then she waved at me, and I was very surprised. Like, damn, not only did you smile at me, you're also waving at me. So I waved back at her, and yeah, I think you guys know where this is going. She, in fact, was not waving at me, and instead, her mother was standing right outside the bus. Like, she was actually waving at her mother through the window of the same seat that I was sitting on. So she was looking outside of the window, and I thought she's looking at me, and I waved back at her. Okay, that was embarrassing. But maybe not as embarrassing as the second embarrassing moment that I'm about to share with y'all. So this happened to me quite recently during my exams. So this happened in my school. So the moment that I walk into my school, I look for my best friend. Like, that's the first task that I have. And on that day, I actually saw her walking out of a classroom, and she was also looking for me. So now when I saw her, she instantly said, "Oh, I thought you were you already went inside. Like, she thought I was in that classroom. So, just letting you guys know that the classroom she got out of was in fact not my classroom. I mean, my exam hall. So, we are all like assigned which classroom we give our exam in. It's on the basis of our roll number. And mine was, I guess, room 56. And the room that my best friend thought I was in was room number 55. So, just because my best friend said that she thought this was my room, I didn't even bother reading the room number. And I went straight into that room. And I kept my bag down there, like on a random bench. And then I left with my best friend because I had some extra time till like the exam began. Now, after a while, it was time to go back to the exam hall so I can give my exam. And because I have the memory of a goldfish, I forgot where I kept my bag. And now I actually looked at the room number. And I went to the correct room, basically room number 56. When I got there, I looked everywhere in that room for my bag. And I asked some of my friends. Of course, none of them had seen it because, duh, I didn't keep my bag there to begin with. So I was panicking, like a lot. To make it worse, the invigilator started distributing the paper, like the answer sheet, and I was just sitting there without any of my belongings. I didn't have the courage to go and tell my teacher that I don't have my bag, but I figured if I don't do that, I'm not gonna be able to give my exam because everything that I needed for the exam, my pen, the admit card, whatever I needed, everything was in my bag. So I finally went up to one of the invigilators and I told her that I couldn't find my bag anywhere in the class. She then told the other invigilator and he called me. So I walked up to him and the entire class was staring at me. Then he asked me what happened and I explained that, I explained the whole thing to him. And then he asked the whole class if any of them saw my bag. No one knew where my bag was, and even he said, if this is some sort of a prank, then please just like give her bag back. Yeah, like everybody was just confused. So finally he told me to go and check the other classrooms, and when I did that, I found my bag in room 55 after looking into two different classrooms and having everyone stare at me. Yeah, yes. Okay, now for the third embarrassing moment, this happened online. So it's not as bad as the in real life situations, but it's still embarrassing. This happened 2 years ago, and this is also sort of related to my school in some way. Basically, there was a senior whose Instagram page had a lot of her art, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I usually never DM anyone because it's kind of awkward, but I got some courage to like text her on Instagram saying how much I liked her art and that I know that this might seem awkward because she doesn't know me, blah blah blah. And I typed a pretty big text and then sent it to her. Yeah, now mainly there was another reason behind why I DM'd her, and that is back then I knew that my school has a subject called commercial art, which by the way I currently have that subject. But 2 years back I had no idea how the subject was, and I wanted to know about it from somebody that has that subject. And I had a feeling that the senior has commercial art as her subject. Uh, but I could be wrong, so I thought I can at least try to contact her. But well, she left me undelivered, like forever. Even till this day, my text is undelivered. So, yeah, this is pretty embarrassing considering I put so much effort on that one text. Now, the fourth one just happened to me like last month. So, I don't go out of my house that often. In fact, I barely ever go out alone. But on that day, I went to the tailor to get one of my sari that I wanted to wear the next day. So I went there, I got the sari, and while returning, my mom asked me to get some sweets on the way back, and I did that. Everything went well, and now I was finally returning back to my house. And then I realized I had to cross the road. I am really bad at crossing the road. Okay, so I got a bit anxious and I did look both ways, and I, did everything you need to do before crossing the road. But then I saw a bike, and I kind of thought that I could just make it on the other side before the bike passes. And honestly, I would have done it until the bike sort of got closer, and well, the guy on the bike yelled at me. Now, because he yelled at me on the road, I kind of slowed down. Like, instead of walking faster, which I was supposed to do, I got embarrassed and I slowed down. Okay, yeah, so long story short, I got hit by the bike. Not that badly, but the side of my arm was slightly bruised. But yes, now my fear of crossing the road got worse, but I'm definitely gonna try to work on it. Yeah, anyways, that's all the embarrassing stories I have for you all today. So, if you ever had a really embarrassing moment, just know you're not alone. And if anything, there's probably another person out there who had it even worse, or even more embarrassing, like me. So, yeah. Okay, so that's it for today, and I hope you liked this video. I hope I get to post more often and that I don't break my phone again. If you liked this video, please subscribe and maybe leave a comment for what I can post next. Like, if you have any video ideas or something you want to see me post, you can tell me. Bye.